Alright, got a marker here. And we got arrows, and this one's already marked, number 1. They should have did the rest of them like that. I don't know. Well, we're gonna mark it anyway. 1, 2, 3. Well, you don't have to mark this one because you can't put that on any of the other journals.
I could try.
Yeah, you could try. Now on our rods, this one's number 1. 2 is right there. 3. And we might have to turn the engine, but that sucks because I don't know if this is the interference engine or not. So you know what? I don't know how.
But you can't reach in there. Mark it.
For Civvy, I'm gonna do that. Four, 5, and 6. Okay, let's get them off. Okay, I'm going to be grabbing a 15mm. Deep, a 1/2-inch drive. Let's take off our oil pump. Our oil pump's got one 15mm bolt right over here. Take that bolt up. There's a drive shaft right there, so make sure you get that with it. Take that, let's put that to the side. Now we're going to switch over to an 11mm deep, and I might be using my 6-inch extension. And what we're going to be doing is unbolting. Let's start with this one right here. These two. You know what? Wait a minute, guys. You know what? Before we do that, we marked them, but let's mark or put a little arrow to go which way for the front of the engine. Okay. Now, let's. You know, that was pretty tight for you. Alright. Let's get this off. Because what I want to do is take this one up right now. Wow. Switch over to our 15mm. Take the 2 caps off. Okay. Put that to the side. We're going to be lining those, put them in order in a minute. I just wanted to see this right here. And there's our crank. Sylvia pointed something out very important a minute ago. What did you point out, Sylvia?
The way it looks right there.
You see that right there? How it is right there, guys? That's what was welded at. This crank was definitely welded right at that spot, and that's exactly where it broke at. There's our fault in this engine, and which is weird, man. Our rods and everything stayed intact. That is cool. So wow, look at that, man. And what we're gonna do is turn our bearings over. Let me get that, if you can see the writing on that. And what does it say, Sivvy?
STD.
And what that mean?
Standard.
All right, so which means they welded this crank, put more metal on it, and then grinded it down to have standard size bearings. So I don't get it, man. I don't get it. This is bogus. All right, so what we're gonna do now is
I also noticed there's markings on the reluctor wheel.
Where?
Like right up here. Like it got scraped.
Well, probably the metal that was flying around.
Right.
Yeah. All right, guys. So let's we're gonna unbolt the rest now. Look at this. Look at this. I'm actually holding a half of a crankshaft in my hand. Oh my God! I've never in my years have I had this pleasure. Ah, yeah, we're gonna put it up. All right. So now we're gonna do is they're really good to go. So now we're gonna we can get these two, and if we have to, we can turn. How you gonna turn this crank now with? Well, if you take the, we can get it to turn. I don't care. Even if I have to hook, even if I have to get a pair of grips or something and take this and turn it and grab it from the, we're gonna do it. But let's get the rest of these out and get ready to take this crank out. We'll be right back. All right, we got our last main bearing cap. These things was getting kind of stuck. So this is a little trick I learned with the older engines. You just keep rocking it back with the bolts. Take it up. And as you can see over here, I have all of them in line. Alright, now we got that up. Now what we also did was, it was very important, we took a note of all the bearing sizes to make sure everything said standard. Mainly, yeah, because we don't know what the heck actually went on. So let's pick the rest of our crank up. And there you go. Now you got a better look at it. Alright, let's set this down with the other half. This is a two-piece. That's a two-piece crank. Alright, here we go. Now down it. Let me get a light, because those pistons look really shiny. Nice aluminum. So I'm not sure if they were cleaned up and new. I don't know. They still look like they got the mileage on them and all. I don't know. But luckily, we don't think this is an interference engine. And when I want to look around and make sure there's any cracks or anything, that pieces that came off might mess up the block, and it definitely doesn't look like it. If you can see, can you see it? I got enough lighting in there?
Yeah.
Just in case somebody sees something that we don't see. Okay. Everything is good. Now, the next thing I want to do is we got our other half our bearings here. Yep, that's the standard. This one is already off. Standard. We just hope we can find. If we don't find a crank, we know what to do. We're Astro. We're gonna have this one welded again. The second time is a charm. Alright, now our main bearings. The main bearings are kind of hard to come out. Oh, dang, I just cut myself. Son of a biscuit. Oh boy. I don't know. Where do you want me to set this at, so because you can see it with the camera good.
Blurry. Hold on. Alright, look, it's clearing up. It's just taking a minute.
Take your time, I got nothing but time.
Yeah.
Shine some light on it, or?
No, that's gonna make it worse because it's bright already. I don't see anything that says STD though. Upper. Hold on. 11's 50 millimeter.
Holy cow, that's 20 over, isn't it?
I don't know.
I think that's 20 over. 0.5 upper. That's not good. Let's keep that there. Let's see what this says. Dang it. That is not good. That one says it also.
Yep. Yep.
So, did they grinded the rest of the crank?
I don't know. It's a mystery to me.
Unless, well, it would have to say standard if it was standard. These things was...
Yeah, they would.
Okay, let's see what this one says. Clevet, whatever how they want to pronounce it. So yeah, these bearings was upper 50. So we got an issue here. Well, that just means they grinded the crank. I mean, I don't think they would. They grind out the block.
If you get a crankshaft that is standard size, you still have to get the same size bearing as
See,
this.
that's the thing. If you get a crankshaft that's standard size, this is good. Unless the only other way is, in which I highly doubt it, they bored out the block and made the block bigger. So now you got oversized. But no, I think they cut the crank and they got 50s. Well, 20 over, 50 millimeter. So, but if we get a new crank, we're gonna be good. As long as we got the bearings, got the bearings that they come with the bearings, so we'll be good to go. Except for it don't come with the rod bearings unless they're standard. Though the rod bearings are standard, all of them. So we're not worried about that. We're really pretty much just worried about those mains. Well, I'm not really. Because just like I said, there's no way they bored out the block. So, alright guys, time for us to do some research and find out what the heck we are going to do. We'll be right back. Alright guys, I just want to show you our party line, man. Look at this. Yeah, buddy. Alright, we got all this. The starter coming down to the air filters. The magical oil pan. The baffle with the pieces of the crank. The axle alternator with the tensioner, exhaust crossover pipe, flywheel crank, but the crank is at the end, and we're going all the way down to the oil pump. So let's take a good look at this all the way down. Look at it, nice and neat. So when we put this job back together, we will be good to go. That crank sucks, man. Look at that. Look at that crank. That sucks. Alright, we'll be right back. Alright guys, here's where we stand. Nobody has the crankshaft for this vehicle. So, being the good repair shop we are, we contacted a machine shop. They said, I sent them a picture of it, and he said bring it in, they can definitely weld it, and they guarantee it for a year. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to trust this shop. You think we should trust them, Civi?
No.
Let me stop messing with you guys. Ain't no way we going to... I don't care if they said lifetime warranty. We ain't trusting it. So what we did was the next best thing. We're gonna pan over here to the side. Yeah, buddy. We got it. No, this engine is not going in this car. You a lie. No. What we're gonna do, we got this core engine, and what happened was the people overheated it. He said it had a skip. I don't know why they don't call it just a misfire. It had a misfire, and it come to be like a blown head gasket. We wanted the core, bought it for $250 because that's what we wanted was the crank. So what we're gonna do is start taking this apart. Now, we ain't gonna sit here and show you everything we're doing. We're gonna break this up. All right. So the first thing we're gonna do is I got my harmonic balancer puller, and we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna pull this pulley off. We'll be right back. All right. We got our harmonic balancer off. The next thing we're going to do is remove the timing cover. So let's get that off and we'll be right back. All right, guys, we got the cover up. Ooh, that's a grimy engine inside, isn't it?
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna put this down. The next thing I'm gonna do is take off the timing chain. All right, be right back. All right, what the heck is this? Yeah, I'm curious about what the heck broke apart. Is that I don't know if that's metal or plastic. Wait, plastic or something. What the heck broke apart in this engine? Huh, now I'm curious. But anyway, let's get this off. Beats me for it to get. How would it get into here without the oil? Unless the oil pan? No, can't know, man. Something. Oh well. Anyway. All right, now we got that off. What I'm gonna do is throw this into the. I'm gonna put this in here just in case. I don't know what the heck. Well, just in case. But this right here is being thrown away. Now, how do we get the oil pan off? Let's throw this in the junk pile. Alright, so what I'm going to do here is move this harmonic balancer out of the way. Look at that. Remember those boots that we had before? I pulled out one was missing. Look at that. Now we got both of them. So take those out. This is cool that you're seeing that. And there's the two 10mm bolts way up in there, right there. So now let's get all our 10mm bolts out. And then remember on the side of the engine, you have those 13mm. One right there, and one right up here. And there's 6. 3 on each side. Oh, that's right. So we gotta unbolt this. Actually, it might be able to slide up, but I'm gonna bolt anyway because I want to use the original. These bolts right here. These the original bolts instead of the ones we had on our engine. Had the aftermarket bolts with a lock washer and a flat washer. I ain't too particular about that. So we're gonna take that off as well. So let's get that off and get our oil pan off. We'll be right back. All right, we got all the bolts out. Here we go. Let's look at this crank. We still can't dig. Oh, look at this, guys. Look at. Oh, man.
What could
that dig if somebody didn't, unless it's just been in, in the junkyard for a while.
Nope.
Yeah. Oh my goodness. I think we got had. Oh man, this is not good. Oh well.
But as long as it's in one piece, right?
Yeah. Now, what
really dark.
What are we looking for when we do this? When you're gonna do a crank like this, when you start taking off the main bearing caps and all, you're looking for a mirror finish on the journals. It's gotta be really smooth. If you got that, then you are good to go. All right, the next thing we're gonna do is take off the oil pump and take off this baffle right here. All right, we'll be right back. All right, we got the oil pump off. Let's take our baffle off. And what I'm doing is moving around each rod to make sure. Good, that's cool. None of them shook. So the next thing we're going to do is take off all the caps. And what I'm going to do is number them just in case I need to use one of these. I'm going to be, I doubt if I'm going to number them anyway. Alright, so let's get all these numbered and then take all our connecting rod caps off. Alright, we'll be right back. Alright, we got all of them out except number 5 and number 6. And I can actually move the crank by hand if I need to. And let's get down there. Put these to the side. Let's get number 5 and number 6. Alright, what I'm going to do, I'm going to take number 6. And I'm going to, just out of curiosity, pop the bearing off, and you can see I marked them all over here, all 6 right here, and I put them in the order that they came out of. And what I want to do is look on this bearing, see if we see any. Well, the good part about it is, wait a minute.
Maybe the other side.
You see that? Sometimes if we get, okay, so that just says that. Now let's go to the other side.
What does that mean?
I have no idea, but being that these looks like OEM because it says GM, so I'm gonna say that's the standard size for these bearings. Would you say it? Even though it says A500, 5000. You know.
But why don't it say it?
What, standard?
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe because when they dang it. Trying to get another one out here. But the good part about it is, look at that, man. I mean, that crank looks really, really good. Now, mark on it. That's really good. So, you know, instead of me, I got a screwdriver in here, something. Okay, let's see if this side says anything different. No. And no, just GM A500. So I'm gonna say that's the OE size. So next, let's take off our main bearing caps so we can get this crank out of here. I'll be right back. All right, we're down to our last main bearing cap, and so far out, this crank is really in good condition. It's in nice condition. So let's go ahead and get this last one off. Okay. Now, what I'm going to do here is turn this one over. I'm trying to pop one of these bearings out of here. Alright. Now, the main bearing, okay, the main bearings on that was, let's see here.
Oh. Well, what does that mean?
I have no idea. Let's go to the other side, and we have
What?
So we don't know what we got. So this is what we're going to do. First of all,
But then why did those have it?
what?
The standard and...
I don't know. The other ones had, well, maybe because they changed the bearing, so the ones they got, that's why Clevitt is going to say standard.
Oh, okay.
So they got, over there they got standard for the, so what we're going to do, this is what we're going to do, guys. This is how we're going to do this and make sure we know what's going on. We got a main bearing.
If I remember correctly, over there, weren't there different sizes?
Yeah, the main bearings were 50 millimeter, but the rod bearings were standard size.
Oh, I thought, okay.
So what we're going to do here, we're going to go over here. See here. We have a standard bearing right here. Rod bearing. Yeah, buddy. Now we're going to get us a main bearing. Matter of fact, the last one, just like we got over there. What the heck was that? Oh, one of them bugs. And this one, let's see the size.
You asking for miracles here.
50 millimeter.
Okay.
See, I knew she could do it. So, standard size and 50 over. So, what we should have here is, yeah, when we mic these two has to be the same thickness. If they're the same thickness, then I know we're good. Now, on this one over here, this one, well, actually, you can actually see the thickness, that one's thicker than that one. So more than likely, this is going to be standard size because this is the next size up. And this one, they look about the same, right?
Yeah.
Or should we say no? They don't. But we're going to mic it just in case. So let's go get our mic and check that out. We'll be right back. All right, guys, our micrometer. Let's close it up and let's zero it out. Okay, let's go to these sides first. Now this one might show a tad bit thicker because, I don't know, there's grime on it, but we're going to see. So we're going to open it up. We're going to try to go to the center. Oops. Close it up. And we're getting about 1.66 millimeter. So let's go to this one. That's a little bit. Oh, there you go. There you go. Exactly the same. So we know on the rod bearings, we are definitely standard size. Now we go to this one. This is the thick one.
And which one is that?
This is the one that was in the old engine.
Okay.
So this one.
Old engine.
Well, no, I mean, yeah. I don't know the other. This one's 2.71, and this one's from this engine. 2.45. So this is definitely thinner. So we're going to be ordering standard size main bearings and rod bearings. Now let's go back over here and we're going to pick our crank up. But you know what? Let me get a nice clean piece of cardboard so we can, remain seal. I don't want to reuse.
You're going to reuse that, right?
Yes, I am. That's why I took it out.
Money.
That's why I took it out carefully like that.
Yeah.
That's what's up. Wait a minute. Why does this thing look like... I'm taking a notice of how this was in. Usually this side is out, but it was in this way.
Maybe somebody put it in backwards.
I don't know. It wasn't leaking anything, so we got to check that out because I'm going to leave that in there because that's kind of wild. Huh. Alright, let's get a clean piece of cardboard and I'm going to be right back.